Hello everyone, this is the fifth part of the Counter-Strike 1.6 dedicated server tutorial. In the previous part, I explained how to open ports through visiting the router configuration page. The layout of options in the page will be different for different routers. So if you can't understand the layout and open the ports by watching the previous tutorial, or even if you don't know the password to open the router configuration page, here is the solution for that. In this tutorial, I will be explaining you how to open the ports in a universal way without visiting the router configuration page. By using this way, you are 100% guaranteed to successfully open the ports. So let's just get started. First of all, what we are gonna do is open our browser. I will be using Google Chrome in this case. Type in the address bar mini upnpc. Visit the site miniupnp.free.fr. Go to downloads. Here scroll to the latest file and choose upnpc exe win32, which is the Windows executable file. Open it. I'm gonna extract it to my desktop. Now what I'm gonna do is press Windows plus R, type cmd here, hit enter. Now type ipconfig, ipconfig, hit enter. In the wireless LAN adapter tab, see your IPv4 address, which in this case is 192.168.1.7. In this case, I am using my Wi-Fi router to connect to the internet. If you are connected to your modem with a LAN cable, you will find the IPv4 address in the Ethernet adapter local area connection tab. Okay, so we are gonna need our IPv4 address. So what we are gonna do is now open our UPnpc folder. Now I will hold down Shift and press right click. Then I will go to open command window here. Now what I will type is upnpc hyphen shared space hyphen L. Hit enter. Now it will tell all the ports which are currently open in my router. So these are the ports which are open. Now what I can see here is I already have a port 27019 opened for the IP 192.168.1.6, but my IP is 192.168.1.7. So I need to remove this port so that I can open the port 27019 for my IP. I can't have the same port opened for two different IPs in my router. So what I'm gonna do to remove this port is, you don't need to do this step if you are not having such a problem. If you are not having a port 27019 already opened for a different IP, now what I'm gonna do is type upnpc hyphen shared space hyphen d space the port 27019 followed by the protocol, which is written here as TCP. So I'm gonna write TCP. Hit enter. Now it have deleted the port. I can see all the ports which are currently open, but again typing upnpc shared slash L. Now this time I don't have the port 27019 opened for another IP. Now what I need to do is open the port 27019 for my IP, which is 192.168.1.7. So I will again repeat, if you don't have the port 27019 already opened for an IP which is not your IP, And what is my IP? 192.168.1.7. You don't need to do the step to delete the port. I already had a port 27019 opened for a different IP, so I deleted the port. So this is for education purpose only. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is open the port 27019 for my IP. So what I will type here is up npc hyphen shared space hyphen a space followed by my IP, which is 192.168.1.7 space. Now we can open ports in a range by specifying the start port and an end port. I just want to open one port, so I will type the same port for both the start and end. So first it requires a start port, which is 27019, and the end port, which is also 27019. If I want to open all the ports between 27019 and 27022, including them, I can type 27019 and 27022. It will open all the ports including 27019, 27020, 27021, and 27022. But in this case, I just want to open one port, so I will type only 27019. Followed by the protocol. There are two types of protocol. One is TCP and other is UDP. So you need to open both. First, I will type TCP here and it will open the port for TCP. Next, I'm gonna write the same command and replace TCP with UDP and hit enter. Now the port is opened for my IP 192.168.1.7. Now I can again list all the ports which are opened in my router by typing upnpc hyphen shared space hyphen L. Now you can clearly see that the port 27019 is open for both TCP and UDP and for my IP, which is 192.168.1.7. Previously the IP 192.168.1.6 was not my IP, so I deleted the port. So I hope you got it. Now the ports are opened in my router and my server is ready to be launched. Now I will fire up the server again. Just click on hlds.exe shortcut and my server have started. Here you can see it is saying server IP address 192.168.1.7 is to 27019. But this is not the IP address which you are going to give to your friends or someone else. 192.168.1.7 is your LAN IP between your router and your computer. And you need to open ports in that IP. And the internet IP which you are going to give, you can find it on whatismyip.com. This is the IP which you are going to give, followed by the port, which is 27019. Okay, so I'm gonna test whether my server is running or not by visiting css.city.info. Here I am gonna type my IP, my internet IP. Sorry, my IP, my internet IP, which I've seen from whatismyip.com. Not this one. You're never gonna give this IP to anyone. You need to give this IP only. This is your internet IP and this is your LAN IP. Just type the internet IP colon followed by your port, which is 27019. You have to open the port through your LAN IP, but when you are going to give someone your IP address of the server, you have to write the same port in your internet IP and give it to them. Okay, now I'm gonna select game type as Counter Strike, captcha as GWE2. Hit enter. It says try again later. I will try again by hitting the refresh button. I will type my IPs to port again. Counter-Strike 1.6. Captcha, as I can see, is 2MY, capital G. Okay, this time it connected to my server. It says verifying my IPs to port, got key from version 48 test HL1 from my IPs to port. Server reply 9 Steam validation rejected, failed, server denied me. As I've previously told in my tutorial, because CSS City is a non-Steam client and the server is ready just to accept the Steam clients. So we can configure our server to support both non-Steam and Steam. And to do that, please visit my next tutorial. In this tutorial, I will also explain what are Steam clients and what are non-Steam clients and which one you are if you don't know. So thank you for watching and stay tuned.